So Jay, what we're looking at are the muscles in the jaw right here that feel like, when I do this, do you feel like there's kind of like some knots in there?
Yeah, the Rice Krispies.
Krispies, yeah. We call that crepitus, and you can tell that it's on both sides. And the key is that these muscles here, in a relaxed mode, should be not any different than your bicep. I should be able to push on that, go back and forth across it, and not feel any of those crunches, right? So when you hold tension here, that can affect your neck and your shoulders and your shoulder girdle. So we're just going to see if that makes any difference by correcting this in terms of your rotation. So let's check your rotation in your neck before, and then we'll check it after. Back the other way. Okay, so that's how much we have of rotation. Let's tip it to the side. Back the other way here. Does that seem a little more stiff going this way to you?
It's much more stiff that
Yeah,
way.
it looks like it from here. So we'll see if that
Yeah,
changes
'cause
that
that
as well.
comes all the way down
You can
through.
feel that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's go backward. Good. And forward here. Chin to the chest. One more time backward. And backward is a little bit restricted as well. Okay. And that may be coming also from the muscles back here. Do you feel how tense these muscles are back in here? Now these are just like these. They're not relaxed like the ones should be elsewhere in the body, right? Okay, so put your light on your back with your head here. There you go. All right. So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to see if we can relax these muscles. So what I want you to do is just stick your tongue out just a little ways for me. That's it. Just keep it out there and close your eyes. What I'm doing is I'm just stimulating the muscles that open the mouth. And you can relax now. And how does that feel now compared to a minute ago?
A whole lot better.
Do you have any crunchies there now?
No.
I don't feel any of them. See if you feel any there. Okay, good, good. All right. Now that'll be interesting to see if that's made a difference. Let's sit back up and just do a real quick check on your directions of movement and see if that made a difference. Okay, let's turn here. Does that feel any different now? Looks like you're moving a little bit further. How about further to you? Good. How about side to side? How about that? How about the other way? Still tight here. Okay, how about backward? Is that any different?
Yeah,
That looks a little further too. A little better. So lay down. Let's go further. All right. Now the next thing I want to check is, did you ever injure your nose that you remember? Was it ever known to be broken? Or,
Yes.
okay, more than once?
I think just once.
And was it? And it was set, right? I mean, so they
Supposedly, yes.
supposedly they set it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Can you tell that when I try to move it this way, that this feels different than when I try to go that way? Can you feel the difference on the two? Can you feel that this doesn't feel like it wants to go that way, but
It's not going in.
here it feels like there's a little bit of a spring in it? You feel the difference?
There's a little play in it. So.
Okay, so we're going to see if we can get a little bit more movement in the bones in your nose, and if that helps your neck as well. I want you to look up with your eyes closed, but look up here, way up here to the top of your head, but on the right side of your head, right where I'm tapping. Keep looking up there. That's it, way up here. Look way up there. Good, a little bit more. Keep looking. Good. And now you can let go. Good. Now let's go back and recheck that. Can you feel a little wiggle in there now that you didn't have a minute ago?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, now all we have to do is get this side of your nose to go far enough to lay on the side of your cheek, and then we've done enough. Yeah. All right. Let's go back and recheck these, and they're nice and relaxed. Good. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is, let's just see if that made a difference. You want to sit back up and we'll see if that added anything further. I know that seems strange. Turn your head here. Does that seem any easier to move there now?
Yes, that's easier to move.
Further there? Good. How about a little bit side to side? Let's check that. Good. Back the other way. Okay. And let's go, let's tip back. Now you're actually able to look a little higher up there, aren't you there? Good. Okay. On your back, let's see if we can go a little further. Okay. Now, even though you've got relatively good movement in your neck, we're going to look to see if there's any places like right in here. Do you feel this area right here?
Yes.
And I'm going to push with the same pressure. I'm pushing on what we call the articular pillar, which is on the vertebrae in your neck. I'm pushing at the level of about C3. And this doesn't feel like it wants to move, whereas this side, when I do the same pressure, the same area, feels very different, doesn't it?
Yes.
As if I'm not pushing the same,
Yes.
but in fact I am. Okay, so we're going to see if we can make a change in that. And part of that may be coming from muscles which are attaching. Can you feel the tension all along here, the base of your skull here?
Yes.
And I'll push even harder on the right side to show you the comparison. Does that feel different?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not pushing the same,
Yeah,
right?
it's
But
not.
actually I'm pushing less on the left side. So let's see if we can correct that. So here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you hold your head right like that and don't let me move it. I'm going to try to move it and you just don't let me. Okay, so I'm stimulating a muscle called the splenius capitis on the right side. Now relax, and I'm trying to inhibit the one on the left side. Now relax and let's see where we go. Okay, I'm going to push the same as I did before. Does that feel any different there now?
Much different.
Yeah. And when I push on that vertebrae, here's the one that's C3. Does that feel more comfortable now than it did a minute ago?
Yes.
Yeah. Not quite where we need it to be, but it's definitely improved. So the next thing we're going to do is relax other muscles that are attaching here, called the scalene muscles. And they run right along the side of the neck here. And you can feel a little bit of tension in those compared to when I do the same thing on this side here. Okay, so what we're going to do here is have you just relax your head and just doing a little quick movement to try to facilitate the muscles on the right side. So all we're doing is trying to stretch those muscles quickly at reflex speed on the right side. How does that feel now when I push on the left side there?
Looser.
Does that feel looser? Okay, let me have your neck relax it. Let's just see how it's moving now. Let me check it with movement. Good. Looks good. Is that a little bit tender right here?
More than a little.
More than a little. Okay, that's the cervicothoracic junction, the upper thoracic area. Here's the left side. It feels very different, doesn't it, on the left? So we're going
Left
to
side actually feels good to get massage. Right side is not good.
we're going to correct that now. So what I want you to do is put your arms up here, straight out in front of you, right like that. Hold them there. You got them? Good. Just keep them right there for me. Now let go. Good. How's that feel now compared to a minute ago?
Mhm.
Is there any tenderness there now, or does that feel like it's
No.
moving?
Yeah, it feels like it's moving now.
Okay, good. All right, now, let's sit you back up. Let's do a recheck on you. See how your movement is. Let's have you go right first. How does that seem?
Good. That's farther.
Further there?
Yeah,
Okay,
I can see
good.
the door.
Let's tip side. Yeah, you can measure something that you can see that you couldn't see
yeah.
before. And how does that seem there?
Yeah, much restricted there.
Okay, Good,
I don't
good.
feel it pulled in.
okay. Let's try one more time to the side here. Okay, let's go again. Tip again, tip again, tip again. Good. All right, let's go one more time. Tip, 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 tip. Good. Yeah, that's a nice feeling of motion there now. It feels like it just wants to go instead of you fighting to have to get there.
Yeah.
Let's tip backward because that was very restricted before. Can
Yeah,
you
the
see
sky-
further up there now?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
the
see the
skylight.
skylight now that you didn't see a minute ago. So that's good. Right. Okay. All right, so does that feel like you've made some progress in just a
Yes.
few minutes here?
Yes, well, just I don't feel any tension when I
Mhm.
move and turn.
And
Before it was restrictive.
before we just did this, like if you were turning to pull out of the driveway,
I'd turn my whole upper
you were
body.
turning your body. So
Yes.
now you can tell that if you
I could-
were doing that, it would just be able to just be your neck, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Thank you.